right, my title, I know, is quite surprising to some of you, but it's okay. The thing is this, friends has been writing me on my various social media platform, asking how I have been faring in this season of social distancing, the season of stay at home, but they never knew that I've been self-isolating, self-quarantined in the last 16 months, a year and 4 months precisely. Yes, starting from December 2018 until this time, I've been on a total self-isolation, if you ask me. Why did I say so? Yes, in the last 16 months, I've not been able to attend any of the social gatherings out there. You know, I've not been going for school runs, I've not been to church, I've not been to mosque, I've not been to the temple either. You know, I've been self-isolating, I've been on self-isolation in the past 16 months. I've been indoors in the country where I am because my visa status, I am not allowed to work. It's officially written in my passport that I'm not allowed to work, and meanwhile there is nothing I can do in this part of the world where I am, because it's really strange, but I must say there are people in different countries where they are not officially allowed to work, but there are certain work you can be doing underground, but it is not the same in where I found myself. It is totally different because currently I am the only Nigerian woman or lady in this part of the world where I found myself. Surprise, isn't it? I am not saying that I'm the only Igbo girl. I said I am the only Nigerian girl in this side, in this city where I am. Yes. Okay, well, I was opportune to attend a New Year party and a birthday ceremony that was in the last 12 months. January 2019, organized by the nurses who were living in the hostel. In that party, men were not allowed to attend because in this part of the world, men are not allowed to participate in some of these official gatherings with the women. The women have their parties separate and the men have their own separate. So that was what happened. And you don't just dress like this to the party now, you know that. You cover yourself, unless when you get into the party, you can then take out your abaya. Yes, that's the long gown, and your scarf. You know, while going home, you can still cover up. So this has been it for me. I've been indoors. You know, even when I go to the supermarket to shop, sometimes it's really funny and strange. You get avoided in a way, but this is a cultural thing, you know. Assuming that you're coming towards the left track, if a man sees you, the man will take to the right track. I've also learned to start avoiding the men because you can't even greet them. You are not even expected to greet anyone because here women, they cover their faces. They are totally covered. But me being a stranger, I don't cover my face. So sometimes I used to have eye contact with the male. I tend to greet them, but they don't respond. That is to tell you that it's not allowed, you know. So it's really strange. But then sometimes I do stay indoors for the whole 1 week. When I was new, I used to stay indoors for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, honestly, without seeing the sunshine. You know, the structures here are built in such a way that I live upstairs. You know, in Nigeria, when you stay upstairs, you can sit out on the gallery and be watching around the streets or seeing what is going on in your neighborhood. But it's not like that here. The buildings here do not have such galleries. And honestly, the windows here, you can't open them. It's quite unfortunate. You can't open them because of the way they are built. So it's totally the same as someone staying in the prison. You know, when you don't get to see the outside world for this, even if it rains, you don't know about it. The only way you could know that the sun is shining so high or is scorching so high is from the temperature, the house temperature, because it feels warm at times. Here, temperature goes high as far as 40 degrees when it's warm, though it has not gotten to that level at this moment. So it was funny to me and strange when someone asked how I have been managing, you know, in this season of stay at home. It was really laughable because I thought it doesn't make any difference to me. You know, someone like me who has been behind per se, or who has been staying indoors in the last 16 months, you know, I don't get to go out. Just like today, sometimes when my man goes out, he locks the door and takes the key away. You can see how serious it is, because you don't even get to interact with your neighbors. No, that's the way people here, they live their life. They live a communal life, and their houses are built in the way northern people built their structures different. They have different fences, before you can get to the main building. This is the way they build their houses here. So you can't just interact with anyone. Who are you even interacting with? They don't speak English. Yes, they speak mostly Arabic here. Even the shop dealers, at times I go there while shopping, we have to make signs, or they can type the price of the items that I have picked. They can tell me the total price in their calculator, then they show it to me. Sorry, okay, that's fine. That's how I usually pay them whenever I go out, especially at night, but not steady. When was the last time I've been out? I think that was the last 4 days. Yes, I just went out to buy something, even though there is a curfew here. Yes, there is restriction to movement here, just like in every other city, in every other town. Because of this virus that has been trending, everyone is also indoors here. So it has not totally been easy, but for me it doesn't make any difference, being that I have in fact I'm used to it. What actually got me worried and concerned is about different opinions, different views people have about this virus outbreak. If you go on social media, a lot of people are writing, talking. Some said it's a biological weapon to wipe out Africans. Some said it's end time. Some said, I read an article yesterday, the title, God is angry for the pagan Italy. God is using this virus to punish the pagan Italy. Then I was like, did this even start in Italy? People actually died in thousands in China. Currently, people are dying in the UK. Currently, the US also have recorded a high number of deaths. Spain is also recorded high number of deaths. This has been affecting so many countries. Recently, it has gone down to Africa. So why would anybody suggest that God is using this to punish the pagan Italy? So a lot of individual opinions. Some also say that Bill Gates is introducing microchips in order to begin the Antichrist and blah blah blah. A lot of opinions. Astrologists, they are also on their own side predicting some mischievous internet groups. All these young boys behind the internet, they are creating images, apparition images, scaring images to scare people the more. So in all these things, I was just pondering on what has been happening. Though it's quite strange and it's totally scary, I cannot lie. It's scary when you think about the whole stuff. This is not time when countries are fighting against countries. When Boko Haram is attacking, the US is threatening to fight Iran. Iran is threatening the US and blah blah blah. Nobody is talking about now. This is a war that is beyond man. A battle between virus and man. You can imagine that. So I don't know, what is your opinion? What do you make out of all this thing that is happening? If you are a Christian, or even if you're not a Christian, if you take up the Bible and read the Gospel of Matthew chapter 24 verse 36, where it says that no one knows the time, neither the angel nor the Son, but the Father alone knows when the time will end. So forget about all these predictions by the scientists, by the astrologists, by the mischiefs, by anyone out there. Though the signs are here and the signs have been there, a lot of natural disasters have been happening, a lot of things have been happening on earth, but people have not been taking it serious because they've been able to contain a lot of them. They've been able to forecast and say and warn people about some natural disasters, tsunami coming, So they believe that is in their power, that they can do it, they can see all that is happening. But this one has suppressed the world leaders, the powers on the earth. It's like, it took everyone by surprise. No one could ever thought that within a short space of time like this, the world would be shut down. All the activities, the businesses, the systems on earth would be on a standstill. No one had ever thought that a time like this would come. But here it is. It has come. It's like fighting a war with an unseen enemy. Just a common virus. You cannot see it. You can't even fight it with your arms and your ammunitions. The soldiers cannot even fight it. And it's affecting everybody. That's another shocking thing. It's affecting both the rich, the poor, the leaders, the elites. The royals are being affected. So no one is running away from it. People in Europe, people in America, people in Asia, people in Africa are currently feeling the heat from this unseen enemy, the virus that is trending. So for me, what I think is that everyone should just repent, to be frank. If you know where you are not doing it rightly, just repent. Give your life to Christ. Amend your ways. Make up with your enemies. Even now that this thing is happening, it is quite funny that most Nigerians, they go online to wish people death. They wish their politicians dead. Some are saying, let it kill everyone in Aso Rock. It is true that our leaders are not doing right. They are not doing what they're supposed to be doing for their citizens. Some of them embezzle money and all that. But it is not enough to wish anyone death. You don't fight for God. Let God fight for himself. So that's my point. Everybody should just make an amend. If you know where you're not doing things rightly, make an amend and start living righteously. We might be asleep and God might just say it is over. Enough is enough, because we have sinned enough, to be frank. And our God is quite patient enough for mankind, for all our iniquities. In fact, he has had patience enough for us. So I don't know what you think. What are your thoughts about what is happening? Do you think it is a biological weapon to destroy the world? Do you think Russia wants to take over the world power, like some people are saying that Russia wants to take over from America as the world power? And are you thinking that Bill Gates and co, they want to introduce the Antichrist quickly? Are you thinking that, I don't know, what are your thoughts? What are your feelings? Are you scared about what is happening? Or you just feel that it's normal? Let it come and pass. Let me start my normal life. Is that what you're thinking? I would love to read your thoughts about the current happening in the comment section. Thank you once again for stopping by my channel. If this is your first time on my channel, please do not forget to like, comment, and then hit the subscribe red button down below.